chapter number 5, Sidwick theory. So this is a new chapter from the inorganic chemistry. In introduction, ligands which is having lone pairs and metal which is having which is a place at the center of the complex. Generally, complex formation which is the acid base reaction, and there is a formation of the complex salt which we are seen in the last lecture. Ligands which are the acting as a Lewis base, and a central metal which acting as a Lewis acid. That means ligands which is having basic nature, and these are the two examples which are the given there. During formation of the bond in between metal and ligand, there is a formation of the coordinate bond. This bond which is also known as the dative bond, and also sometime which is also known as a semi-polar bond. That means there are three different names which are the given here: bond in between a metal and ligand, coordinate bond, dative bond, or semipolar bond. And this arrow which is always start from the ligand and end towards the metal. So meaning of this arrow is that electron movement from the ligand to the metal. So this is a simple meaning of this arrow which is given there. And this arrow which is a coordinate bond or a dative bond or semi-polar bond. So this is the structure which is a formation which is given there. Structure of the complex formation. There is a cobalt which is present there, and across of this cobalt there are 6 ammonia which are the surrounded there. This is the first coordination sphere. Inside of the square bracket, all these are the form bond here, and all these ligands which are the bonds which are the directed towards the central metal. All these are the dative bond or coordinate bond. Outside of this square bracket, there are 3 chlorines which are the placed there. So this is the structure of the cobalt complex, and this cobalt complex also varies in their effective atomic number. How to calculate effective atomic number? Actually, this is our central point of this chapter. How to calculate effective atomic number? एक्झामला काय विचारलं जाऊ शकतं बघा, व्हॉट इज द इफेक्टिव्ह atomic number or calculate effective atomic number. Now definition of the effective atomic number, that is central atom or ions accept or sufficient number of the electrons from the ligands until total number of the electrons which are the associated with the equal number of the atomic number of the inert gas of the same periodic table. Effective atomic number we can calculate here. There is one formula which is given there, but before that, effective atomic number of the metal is calculated by the subtraction of the number of the electron lost from the ion formation from the atomic number of the metal, and adding number of the electrons which are the gained from the ligands during bond formation. There are some transition metals which are the given there, and these transition metals, what is about the electronic concretion, how there is a formation of the first, second, and third transition which is a formation here, and we are calculating their effective atomic number from the given complex. Effective atomic number. So there is a formula which is provided there. EAN, that means effective atomic number is equal to the atomic number of the metal minus electron loss in the formation of the ion plus electrons gained from the ligands. So this formula which is very important. So all of you remember this formula, EAN rule. So EAN rule which is provided there. EAN is equal to atomic number of the metal minus electron loss in the ion formation plus electron gain in the formation of the ligand. So this is the formula which is provided there. Now there is one complex which is given there, cobalt which is a central metal, 6 ammonia surrounded here, and out of the square bracket that is the 3 chlorines which are the attached to the complex here. Now how to calculate effective atomic number of the given complex? EAN is equal to 27. आता इथे 27 काय दिलंय, that is the atomic number of the metal. Cobalt which is having atomic number 27 which is provided there, minus 3. Minus 3 means chlorine which is surrounded there. That means या कॉम्प्लेक्स वरती चार्ज किती असणार आहे, याच्यावरती काय असणार आहे, प्लस चार्ज असणार आहे. ओके, +3 चार्ज असणार आहे. क्लोरीन 3 आहेत म्हटल्यानंतर काय असणार आहे, ऑन द स्क्वेअर ब्रॅकेट देयर इज अ +3 चार्ज. So that's why there are 3 electron lost in the formation of the ion. So that's why we are writing there 3 plus 12 electrons gained from the ligands. How many ligands are there? There are 6 ligands. Which are they? Ammonia. Each ammonia which donates 2 electrons. So that's why 6 into 2, that is a 12. So if we solve this step, then we are getting their effective atom number is equal to the 36, and this 36 which is a inert gas electronic configuration, and this complex which is a stable complex. That means we are successfully calculated here effective atomic number of the given complex. There are also some examples which are provided there. First example you can observe there. In the first example, potassium in square bracket, iron, and which is having 6 cyanide ligands. So how to calculate effective atomic number? 26, that is atomic number of the iron, minus electron lost from the complex, that is a minus 2 electron lost, plus 12, that means cyanide which is having 6 cyanide, each cyanide which is having 2 electrons. So 6 into 2, that is the 12, is equal to the 36. That is the atomic number of this next to the inert gas configuration which is given there. That is a Crofton which is having atomic number 36. That means this complex which is a stable. There are a number of the examples which are given there. Second one example, Fe which is a 5 carbonyl ligands. So how to calculate effective number? 26, that is atomic number of the Fe iron, minus 0, that means there is no charge on the iron, 0, plus 10. 10 means काय असणार आहे 5 carbonyl, 5 into 2, that is a 10, is equal to, that is a 36, that is a stable electronic configuration. So all these are the obey effective atomic number, but there are some examples which are not obey effective atomic number rule. Out of them, first one, this is a complex. So in this complex, atomic number of the iron again here, that is a 26, minus 3, that means Fe which is having oxidation state, that is a plus 3. So that's why there are 3 electrons which are the lost, plus 12. 12 means काय असणार आहे cyanide which is having 6 ligand, and each cyanide which donates 2 electrons. So 6 into 2, that is the 12, is equal to the 35. That is not OV effective atomic number, which is not inert electronic gas configuration, which is the unstable complex. So that means we can calculate here given complex which is a stable or unstable. To Sidgwick theory, there are some applications which if we apply this effective atomic number, we can determine the stability of the complex. This complex stable आहे की unstable आहे आपण हे calculate करू शकतो. Okay, if which achieve inert electronic configuration, then that is a stable. If which is not possible to achieve inert gas configuration, then that is the unstable complex. So that is about the complex formation which is given there. So in that, so this is the first one point we are covered there. Second, that is Sidgwick theory, which is the theory which form a stability of the metal carbonyl complex, which determine stability of the metal carbonyl complex. That means याच्यामध्ये कुठला स्टेबल आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल याच्यातला मेटल जेवढा स्ट्रॉंग असेल कसं असणार आहे हा स्टेबल की अनस्टेबल, हा मेटल आणि कार्बोनिल बॉन्ड वी कॅन इझिली डिटरमाइन इफ वी नो सिडविक थिअरी. दॅट मीन्स जर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन जर हे इफेक्ट ॲटॉमिक नंबर जर रूल ओवे करत असेल, then that is a stable complex. Okay, next one, that is this is the next one, stability of and formation of the addition of the compounds and addict can be, which is explained by the Sidgwick theory. Means given complex formed which is a stable or unstable, we can easily determine here by using Sidgwick theory. Sidgwick theory, there is one formula which is provided there. Already we have discussed this formula, that is the EAN, effective atomic number. If any complex which obey this EAN rule, then complex which is stable, and if which is not obey this formula, that is the unstable complex. That means we can easily determine here stability of the given complex. Next one point which is given there, that is the drawbacks of this theory. There are some limitations or there are some drawbacks which are provided there. First one, drawbacks. Generally this theory which is how there is a electropositive metal formation, how there is electronegative metal complex formation, which is not explained by using this Sidgwick theory. That means electropositive metal, electronegative metal, their characters which are not explained in the Sidgwick theory. This is the first one, limitations or drawback of this theory. Next one, Sidgwick theory, which is not applicable for the all type of the ligands. All type of the ligands we are not determine here EAN. So EAN we are not possible to determine in the all complexes which are the given there. So there is one example which is given there. Cobalt, which is surrounded by the 6 ammonia and 3 chlorines which are the outside of the square bracket. So chlorine, which is present in the represented by the solid lines, which is the which with those of the ammonia which is presented as the by the arrow. So we are not calculate here exactly effective atom number, because chlorine, which is not participate in the formation of the bonding, which is not participate in the electron counting, which is the outside of the square bracket, but which is a part of this complex. Actually हा या कॉम्प्लेक्सचा पार्ट आहे, तरी पण आपण याच्यामध्ये काउंट करत नाही, because which is outside of the square bracket. That means this rule which is having some limitations which are the given there. Next one, electrons which are the involved in the coordination bond formation which is given there, which is a non-directional orbitals, and result bond which is a formation which is a weaker and complex will be unstable, but in really complex these are the found to the stable according to the EAN rule. सपोज एखादा EAN रूल एखादा कॉम्प्लेक्स जर फॉलो करत नसेल किंवा फॉलो करत असेल, फॉर एक्झाम्पल एखादा समजा करत नसेल, ॲज पर रूल काय असणार आहे, अनस्टेबल असणार आहे कॉम्प्लेक्स. रूल फॉलो करत नाही म्हटल्यानंतर स्टेबल बॉन्ड नसणार आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. पण बऱ्याच वेळ कॉम्प्लेक्स कसे असतात, हे स्टेबल असतात व्हॉट एव्हर जरी त्यांची काय असणार आहे EAN रूल हा फॉलो केला नाही तरी. दॅट मीन्स दीज आर द this is the next one limitation of this Sidgwick theory. And last one limitation which is given there, effective atomic number which is not there are some examples, or there are some exceptional cases which are given there, in which EAN is not equal to that of the inert gas, and that's why EAN rule which is not longer useful in the transition metals. So these are the some drawbacks which are given there. First one drawback whereas in there which is not equally applicable for the electropositive metal or electronegative. This theory which is not applicable for the all type of the ligands. This theory which is not completely explain here stability of the complex. Some exceptional cases, EAN rule which is a follow but which is unstable, and some cases which is a not follow EAN rule, whatever these are the stable complex. And there is a last rule which is given there, last limitation, that is the EAN rule which is not equally for the all inert gases. So these are the limitations which are the given there, or drawbacks of this Sidgwick theory which are the given here.